Alright, welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to go through the Yunus Primary School Primary 4 End of Year Exam Mathematics paper, Practice Paper Set 1. And we'll be going through question 31 to question 40. Now if you have not watched the previous video from question 21 to question 30, please take a look. Let's get started. This video will be a little bit different from the previous ones that I've done because I will not be giving the answers or the solutions in this video. This is meant for my students in 2022, my P4 students who are doing the HBL on 17th of October 2022. Alright, if you're watching this at a different time, just feel free to use this as a guide to go through some revision. A solution video will be out at a different time. Now, Rashid and John had $720. After Rashid spent $60, he had twice as much money as John. How much money did John have? So being a teaching video, I will be showing students how to draw the model for this to understand the question. And if you're my student doing corrections, or if you're my student who was trying to learn this and trying to understand this, please draw the model along with me. Alright? Now, this is a question requiring a before-after model. How do I know? You see an after. So there was a before. This is the before part. The before part is before they spend their money. This is the part after money was spent. And you must see who spent the money. Only Rashid spent the money. John didn't spend the money. So bear that in mind. Okay? So let's draw the after model. I put down after to remind myself. Right? Make sure you draw along with me. So after Rashid spent $60, he meaning Rashid had twice as much money as John. What does twice as much mean? It means this. 1, 2. That's the twice part for Rashid. So Rashid here had twice as much as John. So where's John's portion? John's portion is here. Alright, so this model represents the sentence Rashid had twice as much money as John. Rashid has twice, one time, two times, twice as much as John. Okay, that's the meaning of it. Now, as in any model drawing, we need to fit in all the information that we have. This after model happens after Rashid spent $60. So I'm just going to draw a before model to show you. Now, of course, eventually you don't have to draw two models. Alright, in the subsequent question, I'll show you. You just need to draw one. But for the purpose of this first teaching video, first question, I will just guide you through. Remember, John didn't spend any money before or after, but it was Rashid who spent the money. So this second model here shows you, aren't they exactly the same? Yes, they are, because I've not done yet. So before Rashid spent $60, where is the $60? It's somewhere. Now how long should I draw the $60? I don't know. It could be longer or shorter than this part. I do not know. I just make sure I draw something. Okay, that's a different length. And I put down here $60. So let's see if you understand, right? So this was what happened before. Rashid had some money, John had some money, and they had this amount all together, $720. After Rashid spent $60, so I take away 60, alright, then it's twice as much. So the key question is, if I know what are these three equal parts, it's easy to find what's 1. I just divide by 3. How do I find this part? That's where the first step comes in. 720 minus away 60, you have your first step. Okay, so this is the first step that I'll help you with. After you find this, understand that this represents now these three equal parts. 1, 2, 3. How much money did John have? Just need to find out what is one equal part and you have your answer. Alright, next one. Mrs. Lim used 1/9 kg of flour to make cookies and 2/3 kg of flour to make brownies. After that, she had 1/9 kg of flour left. How many kgs of flour did she have at first? So again, you see an after, alright? After that, what is that? That means after using 1/9 kg of flour, after that means using 2/3 kg of flour, she had this amount left. So how much kg of flour did she have at first? So let's think. So there are three parts here, right? First part is what she has left. This is what she has left. And what she has left is 1/9. How about the brownies part? Okay, so there's also a part where she used to make brownies. I just draw here is the brownies portion. 2/3 kg was for the brownies, and she used 1/3 to make 1/9 kg. Alright, 1/9 kg to make cookies. Now, I've used all the information in the question. Now the question is, how many kilograms of flour did she have at first? At first meaning before she used the 1/9 kg for cookies, before she used the 2/3 kg for brownies, and what she has left. So this is what you're supposed to find out. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Just a reminder for those who are my students doing this. Please make sure you draw out the model and show your steps clearly. Next one. A box with 5 identical balls in it has a mass of 4.5 kilograms. The mass of the box is 1.5 kilograms when empty. What is the mass of each ball? Alright, so let me just draw a simple diagram to show you. So let's say there's a box here. Alright, and there are some balls that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's placed on a weighing scale. And the weighing scale here shows 4.5 kilograms. You don't have to draw the picture here. It's just to help you to visualize the question. Now, what does 4.5 kilograms means? It means the mass of one box plus 5 balls. That's the meaning. And all these weigh 4.5 kilograms. What happens when it's empty? So you see, when it's empty, I draw a second picture just to help you to visualize. So I still have the same identical box, but right now it is empty. And here it shows 1.5 kilograms. So this means that just simply one box and no balls, it will be 1.5 kilograms. So what is the mass of one ball we are supposed to find? First step is find out what is the mass of 5 balls. Look at what I can do with these two equations. Can you subtract them? If you subtract them, then the boxes will go away. Then you only have 5 balls is equivalent to a certain number. Then once you know that 5 balls has a certain mass, then you can find out the mass of one ball. Each ball means one ball. Let's go to the next question. Look at the square grid below. Use it to answer question 34. So this question. Now, at which point is southwest of C? Let's revise. If this is north, what is this? South. If this is north, what direction is this? East. And this will be west. So at which point is southwest of C? This is C. So if you take a look at C, if this part is north for C, looking in this direction, southwest is here, right? Southwest is this. So southwest would be here. So that's how you think about answer A. How about in which direction is F from A? Now I've guided you to answer A for part A. Part B I definitely wouldn't tell you. In which direction is F from A? So the idea here is from A. So think of from, so start looking from the direction of A, where is F? Now, next one, question 35. In the figure below, PQRS is a square. Find angle X. So let's recall some basic properties. For square, you know that all the angles are at right angles. Right angles means 90 degrees. If this is a square, you definitely will know that this angle, this whole angle is right angle. If this whole angle is right angle, and they say now, okay, this 90 degrees is split up into 3 parts. So 31 plus x plus 15 definitely will give you 90. So how to find x? Think about it. Okay, next one. The diagram shows an incomplete symmetric figure. The line AB is the line of symmetry. So this is the line of symmetry. Shade two squares, they ask you to shade squares and not triangles to complete a symmetric figure. So if you turn it this way for you to see better, symmetry means that this is like a mirror, and if, let's say this is a human being, and if this is your eyes, then you must have your eye here. If this is your mouth, you must have your mouth here, you know. I know that's a silly analogy, but I hope you get what I mean. So you get to see something exactly the same on the other side, but just the reverse. So you have to check, okay, I see a square here, a square here. I see a triangle here, I see a triangle here. See, I see a triangle here, triangle here. Now, they want you to draw two squares. So in other words, this side is an incomplete side. You need to draw two squares and locate them. So here I see one square, two square, three squares. Here I only see one square. That's why I need two more squares on this side to complete the symmetric figure. So make sure you shade. Shade is like this. Shade your square properly. This is not the answer. Shade the square properly to show your answer. Okay, let's go to the next question. Study the line graph below and answer question 37 and 38. The line graph below shows the amount of money Ramat spent from January to April. Now, if you are my students and you have a worksheet with you, please make sure you follow the steps clearly. Now, usually before we even look at the question, let's understand the graph. The bottom here, the axis, the line here shows January, February, March, April. So in January, a certain number here shows the money that Ramat spent in January. This dot here represents the amount of money Ramat spent in February. This dot here represents the amount of money he spent in March. This dot here represents the amount of money he spent in April. So you can see that the lowest is here, highest is here. Okay? Now, but what do these dots represent in terms of numbers? We use a ruler and look across. So this one in January here, this will be the point between 180 and 120. Now, of course, what is this value? We are not told, right? So let's start with this to find out. I see here I see two parts here, right? This is one part, this is one part. So I see that here two parts, this is one, two parts is actually equals to 60, right? 0 to 60. So what's the value of one part? That will be 60 divided by 2 is 30. This tells me the midpoint here is 30. This tells me every time I increase by one part, I increase by 30. Okay, I'll move up one more. So what is this value? If I go up by 30, I plus 30, right? So 60 plus 30, I'll get 90 here. Let's double check. If I go up by 30, 90 plus 30, 120. That's correct. Now, I'm not going to do this part for you. You've got to think through. Then what is this value? Write it here in brackets. Then later on, what is this value? How do you get? Okay, this value is straightforward. They already tell you this one is 300. So this one, we can do it together. How about this value? This one is straightforward. It's at 180. This one I can do it together with you. And this one is straightforward. It's at 420, right? You see here? So this is 420. So this one I need you to do on your own. Now in April, Rahmat spent $135 on clothes and the rest on food. So he spent the money on two different things. Okay, so a simple model will just show you here. So in April, he spent $135 on clothes and the rest of the money was spent on food. So this part was clothes. And we were told that we can find out in April he spent actually $420, right? So altogether in April, he spent $420. So how do you find out this part? The amount that he spent on food. If everything is 420, this part is 135. How to find this? Draw your model, show your working here. Next one. How much more money, careful, how much more money did Rahmat spend in February than in March? So let's write down the amount of money spent, right? In February, it was 300. In March, it was 180. So how much more money did he spend in February than in March? How should you find out the answer for this? Show your steps clearly and write your answer in the answer portion here. Okay, hanging there, just two more questions. Now, Madam Katie left her house for the supermarket at 8:30 in the morning. This is your 24-hour clock. Okay, in the question they show as 24-hour. The equivalent 12-hour timing for this will be 8:30 a.m. Okay, this is just to revise with you in case you've forgotten what is 24-hour and what is 12-hour. She took 20 minutes to reach the supermarket. So this kind of questions, you should and you have to use your timeline to show it. So I'll start off with here. This part is where she started. So that's where she is. She was at her house. Okay, and the time she started off was 0830. She took 20 minutes to reach the supermarket. So after 20 minutes, I put down here 20 minutes. Alright, I should have a certain time. What time is this? 30 plus 20 is 50, right? Then 30 plus 20 is 50, so 08 is still here. So she reached the supermarket. Here is supermarket at 8:50. Then she left the supermarket at 10:05. So here is your 10:05. So your job is to find out how long did she spend in the supermarket, this timing. How long did she spend here? Okay, so how should you do this? There are many ways. One way is this simple way. Let's go to the next hour. What is 1 hour plus 0850? See, very simple, right? This part is where your hour is. After 1 hour, it will be 0950. Why do I do this? So I know for sure this gap here, this duration here is 1 hour. All I need to find out is how many minutes is this portion here. You can either do by mental sum and straight away you can tell what's the answer, or you can go to 10. How many minutes is this part? How many minutes is this part? Now I'm not going to do this part for you because otherwise I've done everything for you. Okay? And then you must give your answer in hours and minutes. Make sure you fill in your answer here, whatever it is, to find out how many minutes. Then eventually here express in hours and in minutes. The first part I've done together with you. What is your 1 hour? Now your job is to find out how many minutes. Alright? Last question. Miss Koh left Star Shopping Centre at 2010. This is a 24-hour clock. In a 12-hour clock, this will be 8:10 p.m. After spending her time there for 2 hours and 35 minutes. So this one is a work backwards question. This one is that she left at 2010. Okay, so she spent 2 hours 35 minutes there. So this is where she left. You were supposed to find out what time did she arrive. That's your job. So let's go back by 2 hours. Simple, right? If remember hour is your 20, If we go back by 1 hour, what's the next number? What's the number before 20? 19, right? How about 10? Keep the same. So this part is your 1 hour. Go back by 1 more hour. If this is 19, what number comes before 19? Good. That will be 18, 1, 0. I've done 2 hours here with you up to 18:10. Now you need to figure out the remaining 35 minutes. Okay, how do you fit in 35 minutes here to get your starting time of arrival? Once you have counted this, you can write down your answer. Now the question didn't say express your time in 24 hours or in 12 hours. So in these kind of cases, I will just follow what was given. You were given the 24-hour clock kind of time, so your answer should be in a 24-hour clock kind of time. Alright, so that concludes the help that you are given for the HBL. Make sure you watch the next video for the help for section C. So the next video we're going to go through this, and this for Tuesday's HBL. Alright, always remember to try the questions first, then you watch the video for some help. All the best.